MJ has put her whole heart and soul into the Phillipsburg School District.
She has helped so many families, hundreds and hundreds of families.
She's been a figure in this town, in this school district, since the early 70s, up until her career ended in 2021.
She had great empathy. She became a pioneer in the field of special education with her mentor, John Pappas.
No one could outwork Mary Jane Deutsch. She was by far one of the hardest workers in this school district.
She would be here late hours of the night making phone calls and coming in super early in the morning.
It was rare that you would drive by any building that she worked at on a Saturday and Sunday that she wasn't there.
She was always there for everybody, and she really had a lot of compassion for her students.
George, without question, was extremely passionate and enthusiastic about the Phillipsburg School District, about working with students and staff. And that became contagious to me, and I think it became contagious to others that he worked with.
He just had a way of seeing the good in you. He had a way of bringing out the good in you.
He is always ready to jump into whatever situation. He lends his expertise as needed, and everything seems to turn out great.
He has had his hand in everything that's been wonderful in this district for 40 or more years. If it wasn't for George, his perseverance, we would never have this new beautiful high school. But he was the driving force to get that thing done. And now when you go up there, you say to yourself, you just have to stop. It takes your breath away. What an awesome product for our children.
You can be a coach, you can be a teacher, you can be a manager. The key thing is, are you a leader? And Tom Dominic was a leader of young men.
He cared for his students and he cared for his athletes, and that's something I always remember about him.
The one quality of my brother that stands out above all, and that is loyalty. His loyalty to his family first, to his students, and to his faith.
If you want to role model yourself after people, Coach Dominic's somebody on my list that I like to role model myself after. You left an impression on so many people. You don't always know it and you don't always hear it. But I want to tell you, from Ned Bolkar, there's a piece of Tom Dominic that comes with me every single day.
Thank you for being a role model, an example of what you want to be like, the father to so many kids that sometimes didn't have a father there. How do you thank a guy for that?
Thank you for everything that you did for over 35 years in this district, because the impact that he made will never be forgotten.
He is literally the best teacher I've ever had. My favorite teacher on any level of schooling.
He was one of the greatest teachers I ever had. He was dressed to the nines every single day.
Walking into that class first day freshman year, he was an example of well-dressed, well-prepared, and he demanded excellence.
He always made me feel like life at IHS was important and that doing well in school is important, but that there were other things down the road that were even more important. And he wanted his English classes to help prepare us, not just to get good grades at the end of the semester, but also to have good lives.
It wasn't just the words in front of you, what's on the chalkboard, what's in the book. That's fine, he was great at that. But it was those little moments he had taken time to talk to you about your future outside the classroom, outside school.
Mr. T, I truly owe you a great debt of thanks. I had no idea that you were setting it up, that I would follow a lot of your style, your expectations, the way you handled yourself in the classroom. How do you thank somebody besides saying I copied you?
Phillipsburg High School would not be the school it is today without Ruth Gibbs. A true pioneer, Ruth Gibbs holds the honor of not only being Phillipsburg High School's first female department supervisor, but also the high school's first female athletic director as well. On top of that, she also started the high school's field hockey, gymnastics, and softball programs. To this day, she is the only coach in the entirety of Phillipsburg High School's history to win 3 state championships in 1 year. But Gibbs was not only an incredibly successful coach, she was also a phenomenal teacher in and out of the classroom. Teaching health and phys ed, she helped guide every one of her students toward a successful life. Through discipline and motivation, she set her students straight and prepared them for the future.
If you could use one word to describe your mother, what would it be? I'd say she's passionate, and that translates into almost every aspect of her life. She's passionate about family, she was passionate about her students, she's passionate about St. Patrick's Day.
The best word to describe her, I think, is tireless. She was tireless in everything that she did. At least that's the perception that we got from it, because she was always everywhere.
No matter what time of day, no matter how bad things are going, no matter how good things are going, she's there.
She values and shows the value of an education, honestly, more than anybody that I've ever met. The theme with her is always never settle. And seeing how she never settled for what she was able to accomplish really propelled my sisters and I to never settle as well.
It's really cool that we go to the same school that she did because she still works there, and we go to that school. And it's fun when Nana comes to our school because I like seeing her there.
Everything's about education. It's been that way for decades, and it'll be that way as long as she can.
I can't fit any words into how much I love.
So it was hard to find one word to describe Mike Hughes. I think everyone would agree with that, but I would say committed. He taught everyone around him to take care of everyone around them. You know, Mike was committed and dedicated to taking care of everyone so that they could do their jobs properly. And I think everyone took that away from it. And, you know, the students benefited from the teachers because he was committed to the teachers, and it all flowed in that direction. So Mike took care of everybody.
You know, that's difficult, but I would say tremendous. Tremendous in terms of his love of his family, his devotion to his faith, his passion for his profession, his loyalty to his friends. He's really good at what he does. Tremendous.
The word I would utilize would be dedication. As a teacher, coach, and administrator, I've always known Mike to be able to set goals and to work diligently to have those goals achieved.
Mike Hughes is an innovator. He's so intelligent, but he masks his intelligence with wit and humor, and he never makes you feel inept. He has great ideas. He's light years beyond his colleagues in innovation. He's created so many programs, especially what he did in the athletic department during the 1980s and 90s with creating relationships with Easton and Phillipsburg. He created sports camps. He created powder puff football games for the girls and for the police. He had band parties. There were so many activities that brought the two communities together, and I think he'll be forever remembered for those activities. He's constantly thinking of ways to open doors for kids so they can breed success. He always lived by the philosophy, success breeds more success. And Mike has always found ways to come up with ideas to open those doors for every kid from every level.
My personality is very bubbly, elementary school, woohoo, let's go, kids, you know. John was always the calm. He was always the balance to my sometimes overzealousness, which makes him the kind of person that I think anybody could gravitate toward.
John Walton to me is a teacher, a colleague, and a friend. Starting as a student of his at Northeast, to a colleague at Freedom High School, and then just the friendships that we've built through that time becoming full circle.
If I could describe John in one word, I would say steadfast.
Cerebral. Inspirational.
Legendary. He was an educator in the Bethel Mary School District for many, many years at Northeast to Freedom, and I think he's just made an impact on a lot of people.